scared. You're doing so great.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Come on! Come on, baby! Our pets are falling off!
Here, here.
Wow, this is freaking out.
Really? What is wrong with your body?
Live from the new kingdom, it's the Out Big Dumb Mouth Podcast.
Anyway.
Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe,
Maybe I'm wrong.
and Rich.
Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray. As you might see, Joe's not here and Cratchit is not here. But we do have Grim from the Cruisin' with Steak podcast. Yes.
Go back to work.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
Hey, thank you for joining me. Yeah, Cratchit is traveling the world looking for strange news stories to bring to the show. And so I'm sure he'll be back next Wednesday with the whole bucket full of awesome news stories. And Saturday, Charlie, I believe, from Macro Aggressions will be here filling in. It might get a little political, people. Might. Holding back.
I think people are hungry for that with Joe missing.
I think so, yeah. Here's the thing, is like we can't talk about politics here. I guess I choose not to sometimes. I'm kind of waiting for the dust to settle, but it looks like that might take about 7 years.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
Yeah, for the dust to settle. It is just going bonkers out there. We'll try to touch on just a few of the current events going on today. But it's like every 12 hours there is some news story about what Donald Trump has done, and then the reaction to that in Portland or Chicago, and it's a back and forth. Is it basically a state supremacy or federal rule? And we had this argument once back in the late 1800s, mid 1800s. It got sorted out a little bit, but I guess people want to go at it again. So it might be fun.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because you have like troops from the South now, Texas, going up into Chicago. So it's like a reverse Civil War.
It's a switcheroo. It is.
It's the old switcheroo.
It's a weird situation that we got going on here. And if you really if you had to sit down and draw it out, like write it all down, it would be wacky. And if you probably pitch that for like a movie, like, hey, it's a little too out there. But we did have that movie Civil War, 2 years ago?
Oh God, was that last year? Was that 2 years ago?
I think so.
Oh man,
maybe it was last year. Did you see that in movie theaters?
I did not.
I did.
I couldn't even.
I saw it. It's all right.
Yeah, it's A24 movies. There's some of the best movies I've ever seen, and then some of the worst movies. So it's like I always wait until they're out because I never know what I'm going to get with them.
I agree, but here's the thing: the A24 series, like the series or the movies they did early on when they started producing, I would say. Before 2 years ago, they were cranking out like almost every project or movie they put out. I would say 90% of those projects good. Something really unique, very well written, well shot. And now they're a big studio, and so now they're just cranking out a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Piss. But hey, we can talk about movies and entertainment later. We will. We're going to get to some Alex Jones clips of the week. That's what people want. That's how we're going to start off this Wednesday evening. Thank you for joining us live on OBDM podcast live. I guess if they're listening live, I don't need to shout at them, but I like to reinforce it.
You need an echo effect when that happens. Live.
I don't have that on my board right now. But Alex Jones, who is in some news trouble, again, but we'll get to that in a second. But we got to do some Alex Jones clips of the week. Here we go. This is from the 9th.
And that's what Thomas Jefferson and George Washington said. Get in here. You got 3 tries to throw this sombrero on my head. Good God. Knock my Knock my Topo Chico over. I'm abandoning Trump. I can't believe he tried to put out a fake video and convince us that Hakeem Jeffries has a Super Mario Brother mustache and a sombrero, a little weak sombrero. Now I'm doing a Mexican food review. I'm starting to get hungry. That's my earpiece. Let's zoom in on that, guys. Yeah, show obese Japanese monkeys. Thomas Jefferson, baby. 2.0. We can have frisbee golf with sombreros. You're going to do me live on air. You're so screwed, New World Order. I got the Mexican food restaurant giving me free bowls of soup. You're screwed.
Is that how he's beating out the lawsuit and the civil payments?
Free bowls of soup.
Free bowls of soup. This is how he's getting out of that civil suit.
Oh, man.
He's going to get free bowls of soup and then resell it on the street. That's untraceable.
It's true. It's all profit.
You're so screwed, New World Order. I got the Mexican food restaurant giving me free bowls of soup. You're screwed.
Yep. And then he's knocking over the Topo Chico. I love it. Yeah, here we go.
Good God. Knock my Topo Chico over. Almost knocked over my Topo Chico.
Man,
Yep.
having problems with those Topo Chicos.
Yeah. And they're not cheap. I would imagine they're not cheap.
It's a big awkward bottle, so you're gonna be bumping into it.
We're gonna go down to Friday the 10th. Here we go.
All right, sorry to Joe, and I'm just sitting here getting raped. God, I'm circumcised. I've had a train pulled on my ass by the Democrats, and so is Trump. You know what a train is, right? Big old line of people screwing you in the ass. Bunch of women. Oh, that gave me a headache. This is crazy town. You can have sex with a girl till she's 3. You're pathetic. I appreciate your call. So pathetic.
This is nice about you're pathetic, but I appreciate your.
Still appreciate your call.
That's a civil discourse. Is like we have differences, but I still appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. Oh boy! And we are going to go to Tuesday. On Monday, gets said that Harrison hosted. So Harrison is now, I guess, the stand-in for Owen Schroyer.
Oh yeah, Owen's out.
He's out in a big way. And to be honest, I don't know much about what he's doing. Do you know anything about?
He hasn't. No. I've seen a couple posts, but like he hasn't done any new show or no new launch or anything. So he's probably working on something.
Well,
who knows?
I don't think he's setting the world on fire. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, he's definitely not. Honestly, people already forgot about him after that.
Unfortunately,
that's this world we're in. You got to be relevant every day.
Yeah, and I have nothing against him. I think as a broadcaster, he is good. He's professional. He can pronounce and read and get his point across. Nothing against him. But does he have a new and interesting point of view or perspective that people are really dying to hear? And I might have to say no.
No.
Even if you don't have something new or interesting to say, can you be funny with it?
Yeah, you got to have the charisma.
Yeah, I don't know that he's got it. Although if he gets to the gym a little bit more, that might be the edge that he needs. So
I think all the chips are going into Nick Fuentes these days. That's I think who they're pushing to be the rising star.
He is the next rising star of the beta Republicans. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Nothing about him projects strength or masculinity.
No.
All right, we're going to go to Tuesday. Here we go.
Black women are dumb. Charlie Kirk's coming to kill you. Computers cannot be hacked. Game over, Mike. God's watching, and I don't care. I'm ready to die today. Mike's never had anywhere near $50 million in the bank himself. Sean Barbella. Stone all the gays. The Charlie Kirk supporters are coming to kill him. What type of fruitcake is Mike?
There's some good ones in there. Let me get that. He mentioned me a lot, even though I don't remember calling, but he did mention me. Sometimes I black out and I call people, so it happens.
Let's get back to drinking.
Yeah. I love this. This is a lot of energy on this one.
The Charlie Kirk supporters are coming to kill him.
Lot of energy there. Love that. And then Game Over Mike is good.
Game over, Mike.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then we have one final one. Here we go. Wednesday. Let's go.
Boom. Charlie didn't die. I love the KKK. It's a very sexy thing. That's the face you see when you're strapped down on an altar and somebody comes in with a dagger to start slicing you up. That's when I declared a jihad on their ass. They're Durka Muhammad Jihad. You've got big balls.
I like when he does impressions.
Yeah, he had some good ones in there. He's doing a lot of voices.
Yeah, I like that. I like the voice work, and right here, this one.
That's when I declared a jihad on their ass.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Well, we are going to start covering some news. Hopefully, we can get to it all. I sent Grim all my news links, and there's just so much to get to. So let's start going down the whole list here. Now, since we did Alex Jones clips of the week, I'll do some Alex Jones news right now so people can be up to date with everything you need to know about Alex Jones. So this Variety article uses a really old picture of him. He's lost so much weight since then. And hair. But
hair, yes.
But Supreme Court rejects Alex Jones' appeal of the $1.4 billion verdict in the Sandy Hook defamation case against him.
That's some good news on that front.
That's not good news.
No, it's no good news.
No good news for you, Alex. Yes, the Supreme Court on Tuesday turned down an appeal from the right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones seeking to overturn the more than $1.4 billion judgment ordered against him over his false statements about the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School school mass shooting. The court, as is typical, did not explain its reasoning for denying Jones' appeal. To date, Jones has not paid any monetary damage to the Sandy Hook families. Jones and his company, InfoWars, filed for bankruptcy after the families of the victims in the Sandy Hook mass shooting in Connecticut won a judgment in 2022, totaling nearly $1.5 billion against Jones in defamation lawsuits. Jones has repeatedly promoted baseless conspiracy theories about the Sandy Hook massacre. Well, I don't know if they're... So he had a base.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, he was going off of...
Yeah, Wolfgang Halbig coming in there, giving all his speeches and stuff. Yeah, there's people who conspired that he just gave them platforms.
Yeah, so it wasn't like without some sort of background. Jones is a conspiracy theorist, so his mind works in that way. So he thinks behind any major event, there is an opportunity or events could be staged. It doesn't mean he's right all the time. I think the fact that he doubled down really hurt him. Now, I heard this, and I haven't been able to confirm this, is that during his, I would say, infrequent diatribes on the Sandy Hook subject, the families were emailing Jones asking him for a retraction. Hey, please don't say that. We're asking for a retraction. And what I can't confirm is, one, if Jones got those emails or court order or court delivered letters and failed to abide by it, or he just chose not to. I didn't get any I can't find any clarification on that. And also in here, what it leaves out is that it wasn't that they accuse him of not handing over all evidence, basically every little piece of equipment or communication that he has. But I believe that he did turn over everything. What they accused him of is hiding stuff, which he claims that he didn't do. He said, here's everything. And they said, no, you have more. And we know you have more because of X, Y, and Z, but that may not be true. So this accused him of hiding evidence. And then without any defense mounted, the judge in the case just ruled against him without a jury hearing the prosecution and the defense.
Just a classic witch hunt.
Yeah. It was a summary judgment against him. So, which can happen. I think that happened in Trump too. So Trump dealt with that. So this is not good for Alex Jones. So this article from Variety winds up by saying, this past August, a federal judge ordered that InfoWars parent Free Speech Systems to be turned over to a court-appointed receiver to oversee the sale of the company's assets, as reported by CNN. In bankruptcy auctions last year, bankruptcy last year, a satire website, The Onion, submitted a winning bid to acquire the assets in InfoWars. Well, that's not true. They just submitted a bid, and the families accepted it. Mm-hmm. There was no competition. There was no higher bid.
No, there's a lot of fuckery with that.
Yeah. However, a judge in December blocked the Onion's deal, saying that the auction process lacked clarity and that the family of the Sandy Hook shooting victims deserve more money than the Onion's $1.75 million bid. Yes. Despite the family signing off in the sale. Yeah, well,
it's scumbag families.
It just shows that they're not really trying to get the money. They just want
to make an example. That's all this is.
I understand that, but that goes counter to what the court is set up to do. So they just want to punish them, just bend him over and give him 50 lashings. I think but Jones would take that. So,
I mean, he's had trains ran on him by all sorts of Democrats.
Exactly, that's what he said.
He said it himself.
Yeah,
he could handle it, no problem.
Where's that? I can't even find the train clip. Was that on Thursday or Friday that he got the train run on him?
It might have been Friday.
It may have been the Friday clip. Okay, let me go back and see. Now that's a relevant clip. Now let's see here. Oh yeah, right here.
I've had a train pulled on my ass by the Democrats, and so is Trump. You know what a train is, right? Big old line of people screwing you in the ass.
Yeah, okay. Well, he'd be very graphic about that. So, yeah, he's probably going to close down and set back up. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll still get more Alex Jones clips of the week. Hopefully, the bit will continue. And
as long as he has a voice, we will hear Alex Jones. Nobody can silence him.
Yeah. As long as he has Twitter and access to a phone, then he's good.
Something he can record on. That's all he needs.
Yeah. Here's some while we're kind of touching on politics a little bit and maybe the state of the country. I'll bring this up. You remember that everyone out there? Remember that guy on the Doge team, Big Balls?
Big Balls, yeah.
Big Balls, yeah. He was on Elon Musk's Doge team. He was a young guy, handsome, skinny, but he saw a crime in progress in D.C., and he decided to intervene like he was Superman or Batman. Probably Batman.
Very bad. Yeah, definitely Batman.
He intervened, and he got the crap kicked out of him. He was bloodied, and there's pictures all over the internet. Well, those ruffians were caught and have been punished. Yes, the teens who beat Doge staffer Big Balls into a bloody pulp received a staggeringly light sentence amid D.C. crime scandal.
Okay.
Yeah, so the two teenagers who beat Big Balls into a bloody pulp are still roaming the streets after a judge sentenced them to less than 1 year of probation.
Damn.
So Edward Corstantine, 19, that's Big Balls, Ed, was attacked by a gang of youths during an attempt.
A gang of youths, always a gang of youths.
During an attempted carjacking in Washington, D.C. A boy and a girl from Hyattsville, Maryland, both 15, pled guilty to simple assault. Well, they pled guilty. What about the carjacking?
I was just going to say the same thing. Like, what?
That's it. Like, assaults happen, but isn't it like on the level of crime? The carjacking's above assault. Like, that's the bad one, right?
I mean, you would think.
That's a bad one. But on Tuesday, the boy was sentenced to 12 months probation, and the girl received 9 months probation. So I hope they've learned their lesson.
I'm upset by this.
Yeah. So since they are minors, their names have not been released. I mean, here's a picture of Big Balls, bloody, and you know what? I say he's skinny, but he's kind of built. He's got some muscles, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably handle something.
Yeah, he probably
balls.
Yeah, balls.
Yeah, handle your balls, man. But this guy got the crap kicked out of him, and I don't believe justice was served. I mean,
no.
Hopefully, you'd imagine getting beaten like that. You're a good Samaritan. You're trying to stop a carjacking, And
he was there was 10 people that took place in that beating, and like 8 of them are still not identified. So there's no justice in that.
No.
2 people got probation, and just the others are just free.
Balls.
That's why the National Guard's on in DC.
They're pretty big balls.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So that's not good. Let's see here. How does this wind up here? Let's go down to the very end of the article. It's a long article. It's a big article about big balls. Yes, a federal judge, late Thursday ordered. Oh, it's going into ICE. Okay,
of course. Let's get nice.
Let's read this entire thing. Okay, we'll get a little political here, people. I guess we're just talking about the crime. So yeah, he was jumped days after the attack. Donald Trump deployed the National Guard in the nation's capital as a response to concerns over raging crime, which maybe it's not only crime, but also the lack of punishment with those crimes. Maybe.
Yeah. That's a big part of it.
He has since frequently remarked that D.C. feels much safer and that politicians have told him that they're now able to go out for dinner with their spouses without fear. Well, not only politicians. I have played clips, and I'm sure many other podcasts have, of like even Joe Scarborough and some of his cronies saying, you know what, D.C. is not bad right now. Like or hate Trump, at least the crime has been kind of shoved back into the gutter. Quote, it's like a different place. It's a different city, Trump said earlier this year, adding, everyone's safe now. The president formally federalized D.C. in a safety and beautification effort. Beyond crime, Trump also hoped to rid the streets of homelessness and clean up graffiti. All right.
They should have done better.
They should have.
Yeah. On August 11th, he announced in a news conference that from the White House, he was invoking the D.C. Home Rule Act in order to place the Metropolitan Police Department under federal control. Violent crime declined sharply following the deployment of National Guard. Homicides and assaults were down by 25% compared to the previous weeks. I would say that's pretty good. That's not bad. But you do have National Guard's members on the street. So Trump has since launched similar crime crackdowns in other Democrat-run cities, including Los Angeles, Chicago, Memphis, and Portland. You don't hear about Memphis too much.
Oh, the mayor's very accepting of it.
No,
he's just let him in. He's let him take full control. I saw a couple like TikTok videos, which I mean, you don't even know if those are real, but people just really happy, like they're able to let their kids play in the backyard for the first time ever, just because there's no like shootings or crime.
Well, that's nice.
But those could also just be, paid people to say, hey, put this message out so it looks like we're doing something good. Like
that's also a possibility. It could be just propaganda.
Yeah.
The deployments have met furious resistance from Democrat leaders who claim that the president's actions are unconstitutional. An appeals court ruled Saturday that troops Trump sent to Illinois can remain there under federal control, but can't be deployed. How does that make any sense? So Trump has the authority to federalize National Guard, but he can't use them.
No, can't use them.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. That's a judge that's trying to hedge their bets.
Yep.
Meaning, I don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah. I think we're just done with that. I think let's just go full offensive and just let's clean it up. I think that's
you can have guns, but no bullets. Okay?
Exactly.
The ruling came 2 days after the U.S. District Judge April Perry blocked the deployment of troops in Chicago for at least 2 weeks. The Justice Department appealed this the next day. The judge said the Trump administration violated the 10th Amendment, which grants certain powers to the states, and the 14th Amendment, which assures due process and equal protection when he ordered the National Guard troops to the city. I don't know how the 14th Amendment was violated, but, why not? In a written order Friday explaining her rationale, Perry noted the nation's long aversion to having military involvement in domestic policing. I don't know about that, because when I go to the airports, I remember seeing people in fatigues quite frequently. Is that a special area that is allowed to be federalized because of 9/11, probably.
I think, yeah. I think the Patriot Act probably put machine guns in airports.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't Trump know that because of the National Defense Authorization Act that 100 miles from the coast is a non-constitutional zone, so he can just say that? Has no one told him that he already has these dictatorial powers?
Well, I think a lot of these bombings are taking place in international waters when he's nuking those ships.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
But,
yeah,
that's good times.
yeah, it's fine. Quote, not even the founding fathers most adherently in favor of a strong federal government, Alexander Hamilton, believed that the state's militia could be sent to another state for the purpose of political retribution. Well, I don't think that's what they're claiming, but I don't think that's what it is. There would be no need. It would be even a tougher justification to send these troops in if there weren't such massive protests and resistance to the ICE, who do have federal authority and the law on their side to execute their deportation strategy. Now, you might not like the strategy, but they have the authority to do so.
I don't think the founding fathers ever pictured what modern cities would look like and what would be happening in them. They would probably say, yes, bring the army in, wipe all this out. Rabble rousers. This is crazy.
They'd probably be aghast at a good number of things, like the NSA, the CIA, the FBI, any number of things. I'm sure any number of our founding fathers would be totally taken aback by. So this might not be high up on the things that they would be against. Like if you had to compare all the different ones, all the different offenses. So Hamilton called that notion preposterous. The courts confirmed what we all know. There is no credible evidence of a rebellion in the state of Illinois, and no place for the National Guard in the streets of America like cities like Chicago. Well, there is a solution. Just clear out the protesters so you don't impede the federal agents to do their job, and this will be over quickly. And if you come up with one or two good policies, because that's all you need, you can win back the presidency, win back the House, all that kind of stuff. You can get it, and then you can re-implement all these wacky policies that you want. It's that easy. You just have to wait it out. But no, they are choosing to create the conditions that allows for an authoritarian government. Mm-hmm. They're choosing this. They're basically saying, we are going to kick and scream and cry until you create an authoritarian government.
Or like the one night in Portland, they were planning to shine lasers on all the helicopters going over, and they ended up like downing emergency helicopters for like hospitals and shit. Like it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy what these people are doing.
I said this like last year, maybe 2 years ago. The people protesting, they are going to be the catalyst for the very fascist state they seek to avoid.
Yep.
They're the reason for it. The people who get angry and cry all the time, you're the reason why it's going to happen. That's it. It's not like it won't happen in some other way or form later on, but right now you're it. Let's see here. Another court battle in Oregon earlier delayed similar troop deployments in Portland. The 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments in that case Thursday. Let's see here. 500 Guard members from Texas and Illinois arrived this week at the Army Reserve Center in Elwood, southwest of Chicago, and have been activated for 60 days. So, all right. I was in Chicago over the weekend. I drove through it. It's quite nice. Now, I know much of the protesting and the violence is basically confined to maybe 4 city blocks, 2 city blocks. And most of the other people in Chicago are none the wiser. They don't see it, so therefore it's not happening in their mind. But a full city block or two that is totally at odds with each other can be quite disruptive to the entire city in general. Have they never played SimCity? You get one or two bad blocks in SimCity, it's over. It starts to go downhill.
Everybody starts crashing out real quick.
Yeah. So how's this shake out? I think that there's this is going to ramp up even more and more.
I think there's going to be mass arrests on protesters, and it'll die down. But I don't know. I'm not feeling an escalation happening, but it may.
It's not going to die down until one side absolutely gives in, and this is no longer about like really Trump per se and the Democrats. It's a power struggle over kind of like ideology, and whichever power has financing can continue on. And so one side has to lose financing and resources, or else this is going to continue to escalate. Especially
in Chicago, they probably only got a month left of weather where they could actually be outside, and then it's just going to be blistering cold, where it's just it's going to be at a standstill.
True, yeah. But it's not good. This is definitely a strategy of tension. There are a lot of other things going on at play here. It's not as overt as it's just as simple as immigration and ICE. There's other things. If it was just as simple as that, it would have been taken back. The Democrats, when Biden was in power and the Democrats had the House and the Senate, they could have repealed or at least cut off the legs of ICE, not giving them so much leeway or authority, removed them from Homeland Security. They should have been smart enough, and I'm sure they were, to realize that when Donald Trump got back into power, he was going to take this action. And they chose not to do anything about it. So it shows that they actually wanted this to happen.
Because I think everybody knows that there has to be something done about the immigration problem. And if it's like, just let Trump do it. Let Trump just strong arm it, take it over, because it's got to happen.
The Democrats can win if they simply acknowledge there might be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's all Gavin Newsom has to do, really. All he has to do is say, you know what, there might be a problem. Because then that leaves wiggle room for a conversation or a debate. But they're not doing that. Okay. Well, let's move on here. We'll talk about some other foreign influences right now.
This is great.
Well, we don't know yet if it's great. I haven't even read the story yet. But I appreciate the optimism. Yes, this is the headline. What happened to Saudi blood money? Hollywood gives the kingdom a green light with billion-dollar investments in the arena SNK. That's a hell of a headline. It really is. Wow.
Perfect headline.
The only thing I know SNK from is an old video game studio, old SNK games. I don't know what new SNK is.
So I just brought this up because this is more Saudi news. It wasn't, but
oh shit! It is about the old video game store. I'm sorry.
Is it?
Yeah, about the old video game company. Yes.
So tell me about that video game company.
Well, they did old games like Fatal Fury, Metal Slug, like old just like Sega, Master System games, and it's an older company. I don't think they've done anything in recent years.
But the Saudis bought them. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
All right.
That sounds pretty awesome. That's what else? They just bought that one Saudi guy bought EA too.
EA.
Something's going on. Yeah. Something's going on with the Saudis buying game companies.
Yeah, and if they can make good games for us, great. Because some of the biggest games that have sold in recent times have just been remasters. They've just been like, oh, we're going to remaster Skyrim. Well, guess what? People love that game, and they will keep buying the remaster over
I bought Skyrim 4 times already, at least.
Yeah, and the last new game, the last AAA game that I bought, where I spent $60 on it, was just not but a few days ago. I bought Battlefield 6, and that was made by DICE EA. Battlefield 6, it's good only because it's Battlefield 4.5. They basically just reskinned. They removed a few elements, moved some stuff around, but it's basically Battlefield 4, and I'm okay with that. It's basically just the same game. They still be the same
Familiar.
game again.
Yeah.
And they didn't try anything new. They didn't try to add any extra wokeness or anything like that. It was just the game pretty much is like a B, maybe a B minus. But that is so good for stuff these days. People are willing. They will rant and rave and love a B minus nowadays if it's brand new.
AAA games suck. They're all terrible that are coming out lately.
Yeah, they are, and that's why remasters and indie games like Megabonk are doing so well. Yeah. Because games that are smaller are typically created with more care and artistry than these basically Star Wars reimagined kind of stuff, where a big company buys it and says we're going to do our own thing with it. But
I just on a little side thing. My brother worked in the games industry for like 10 years, and that was one of the biggest things. Was the company would come like they would have an awesome game, get ready, because like it was like a Warner Bros. Kind of owned their company, so he had like a Game of Thrones merchandise he was working on, and they had an awesome game came out with it. But then the corporate they'd come down and say, well, we kind of just want you to make a clone of like Clash of Clans. And then they would just because they see, okay, we see this game successful, just make a game that's successful already. So we could just they don't care about making games at all. Like it's the games industry is just so broken, so disgusting. But yeah, we can move on.
It is. And so when it comes to the Saudis, will the Saudis save us? Probably not really, but they might crank out a few good games for us. According to this article, it's a $1 billion investment. The Saudis are, at least this particular sect of the Saudis, is backing a new entertainment studio, Arena SNK Studios. And this fund will support hiring staff, acquiring scripts, and launching productions. So they're looking to make movies. Man. And Eric Feig, formerly of Lionsgate, has signed on to lead the venture, collaborating with three funds backed by the Saudi Crown Prince. So he's getting involved in Hollywood. Like I said a few shows ago, there was rumors that some Saudis wanted to buy Star Wars from Disney because when they were and are still kind of floundering, that they were in the interest of doing Star Wars. And
it might be the best thing that could ever happen to Star
Wars. It might be
Wars.
the best thing we got. It might be the only option we have for Luke to come back is the Saudis. Oh my God.
For some reason, every single one of the Tusken Raiders are the main characters. What's going on?
I guess, Luke is kind of a little racist by doing that, but he knows what he's doing.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
I think it's too much.
Well, let's see if the Saudis will save us here. So the new studio is expected to mirror the role of major Hollywood players like legendary Skydance by co-financing full productions and taking on development risk. So SNK Gaming, known for King Fighters and Metal Slug, is also under Saudi control and will be part of the Arena SNK venture. On the media site, the project is joined by the Saudis' Minsk Group and MBC Group. I have no idea what that means, but they're on board.
They got a lot of money.
So it does go on to say that there's ethical and reputational tensions. The deal underscores a shift despite Saudis' poor human rights records. That the entertainment industry is they're looking to look the other way because they just want money over there. It's why they will take black people off posters so they can have those posters in China because they don't really care about equity in wokeness. They just want money.
I'm going to be honest. If they could pump out like a really good Metal Slug or Fatal Fury movie, that might be pretty good. That might be nice.
Yeah.
I need money.
And they might be able to they might be willing, if they got the money, it's like, just take some risks. You know what? Create a good game. I don't care how long it takes. Just make a good one. And they might. They might say that. So, okay. It looks like, Hollywood desperately needs money. They need an injection of funding, and the Saudis are coming to the rescue to buy them all up. So, that's fun.
It's fun. The Saudis are coming to the rescue. Thought I'd never hear that.
Hey, geez. All right. We'll move on.
Go ahead, drink it in. Don't be shy. Looking's for free. Touching's gonna cost you something.
It always does. Well, let's get into some crazy stuff here. Grim, we're going to get into some weird stuff here.
Yeah.
So here is a headline up on screen for everyone. My wife turns into a snake at night, man claims in bizarre domestic dispute.
That's some good news on that front.
It's not, I don't know.
No, it's not good news. You don't want a snake wife.
No, especially not in India. A husband from India has reportedly claimed that his wife has a rather odd nocturnal habit. Most domestic disputes concern infidelity, alcoholism, or financial troubles. But for one couple in India, the main complaint is that the wife keeps turning into a snake in the middle of the night. The utterly bizarre claim was reported by her husband. He told officials about the issue during a day typically designated for bringing local problems to the district magistrate. Quote, my wife, Nazium, is mentally unstable and spends her nights pretending to be a Negan, hissing and scaring me.
Oh, so she's just being a snake on the ground. She's not actually turning into a snake.
I mean, fake it till you make it. We don't know what she's doing. And so for people who don't know that in India, the Negan are like they're shapeshifters. And they go back. Like they have a long history, like when it comes to like ancient lore. And they're like the shapeshifter lizard people that are from Hollow Earth or underground that exert influence over the Indian population. So it's here it is. Here's like the term Negan is India primarily refers to a female serpent, a concept rooted in Indian mythology and folklore. It's a shape-shifting serpent creature believed to possess the ability to transform into a human, often preferring to appear as a human female. These beings sometimes are worshipped as mother goddess in religions in India. So this guy is claiming that his wife is maybe one or trying to be one. He goes on to say, my wife tries to kill me every night. My life was saved because I woke up at that time. My wife is mentally torturing me. She is more likely to kill me when I am sleeping. She has bitten me once.
Man. So she's not poisonous. He survived the bite.
Yeah, he managed to. Maybe he just has a really healthy immune system.
Yeah, he guess.
And so he's able to kind of fend off her
natural anti-venom. He has.
Yeah. He's very strong, very powerful, is what he's saying. As always, however, it is helpful to get both sides of the story. According to his wife, he had been making up stories about her because he wants to marry someone else. Okay, well, maybe.
Oh, really?
He constantly harassed me for dowry. She said, "I am 4 months pregnant, but my husband does not pay any attention to my medical or food expenses."
Pretty good, huh?
So he's a deadbeat. And he just wants to get his freak on. Or she really is a lizard person, and now she's giving birth.
It sounds like she's a lizard person giving birth, Mike. I'm going to be honest. She's a naga, or a nega, or whatever it is.
I'm kind of leaning in that direction. According to reports, the couple who only married a few months ago had been getting on fine together until very recently when the snake activity allegedly started up. So they were fine. Then all of a sudden, one night, she starts snaking it up.
Starts hissing.
Yeah, starts hissing, biting people in the middle of the night. Well, the husband is now seeking out the services of a sorcerer in an effort to resolve the issue.
I mean, honestly, he should have done that to begin with. Don't even mess with the magistrate. Just go straight to the sorcerer.
Yeah. And in fact, there's a good lesson here. Consult a sorcerer before getting married to test your bride to make sure she's not a lizard person's shapeshifter.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and there is like the full story. There's really not much more to the full story. We've heard it all there.
It's all there.
It's all there right there. And I wonder, is this reasonable grounds in India to get divorced? Like if you try to say this in America, hey, my wife's a shape-shifting lizard person, you might be laughed out of the courtroom. Or that's not those are not grounds for divorce.
Yeah.
But in India, that might be reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get the sorcerer to sign off on it, I think he's got a case.
I think you're right. I think he does need a third party to confirm this.
Yeah.
And up on screen, we do have an image of what appears to be a snake lady next to this guy, the actual guy who looks he's got those wide eyes. He's like, his eyes are wide open. So he's probably a little bit crazy.
Look at that guy.
Trying to see if there's anything more in this. There's no more to the story. We kind of give you all the information that you need right there. I guess I'd like to know, like, how many is this a typical report? You know, like, does this often come up in Indian society where you'll typically get a husband to accuse their wife of being a snake lady?
I mean, there's a lot of people in India, so statistically speaking, I'd say there's probably maybe 100 a year snake lady predictions.
I'm gonna ask
accusations.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT right now.
Yes.
How often does this happen? How often does
this will probably be the most accurate answer you'll get because the Indian guy at the other end knows exactly what this is.
Yeah, he's like, oh, my cousin had this happen to him.
Yes.
It says, depends on how seriously you interpret the claim. I interpret this very seriously. I take this serious.
It's real.
Serious? How often are these claims made against a wife in India? I'm being very specific here. You got it.
Make that prompt good.
Yeah. It's looking for more. So it said, I couldn't find any reliable data or documented cases showing how often exactly someone claims their wife turns into a snake at night. It appears to be extremely rare or reported rarely. Let's see here. Reporting bias. Many bizarre claims never make it to the newspaper or be taken seriously by authorities, so it goes unrecorded. Media tends to report unusual events because they attract attention, which means that one report might be an outlier. So, okay.
So you just got to wait for a slow news day.
Pretty much, and they might include one. Like, newspapers aren't selling. Include a snake lady. This might be
a snake lady in there.
Got me to talk about it. So it says such claims are extremely rare, but I don't believe it. I'm gonna do a deeper dive at some point and find more snake people. So, but we have plenty of weird stuff here in the good old U.S. of A. to talk about when it comes to cryptid, snake ladies, and weird stuff. So let's get a little wacky.
A motherfucking Bigfoot.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to curse. We're not talking about Bigfoot. Have you heard of the cryptid creature, the Rake?
No.
So, my friend James sent me this story about this crazy 911 call, and I had the story on the back burner for probably about 2 weeks. But as I read through this story about the Carolina pale crawler, which is kind of like a rake, I was like, okay, there is conflicting reports of whether this story is true or not. And some people are saying it's a hoax, but I'll bring it up. We'll talk about cryptids. We don't know if it's true. Some people say it all is a creepypasta, the origin of the rake and this Carolina pale crawler creature originated online, and that's all it is. But I think that, as with some of these stories, specifically like Slender Man, the more people believe it, the more it can occupy our reality.
Help us.
Yeah.
That is weird.
So let's read this. A creepy tale from North Carolina is making the rounds on social media and causing a huge stir in the paranormal community. Remarkably, this one comes with details, a genuine 911 call, and police reports. This is a blog. I'm just going to read the blog as is. I started hearing bits of this story in the past few days. It was described as a story of a cryptid that jumped in a truck. It seemed outrageous considering how difficult it is to find reliable sources online these days. The Carolina Case Files YouTube channel has a real-life presenter who was really at the location and had really gathered the pieces. They delivered a solid report. Their video, necessary viewing, is linked below. But here is the story. And you know what? I will play some of their YouTube. I mean, we got time, don't we, Grim?
We got time.
Yeah, I don't think it's a terribly long one. So why don't we just maybe watch it together and do a little Mystery Science Theater on this thing. So, and we'll talk about this awesome YouTube channel that people should know about too. So, let's see here. Here it is. Let me bring this open. I got to make sure you can hear it over there as I play it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. I'm breaking it open right now. Well, I'll say
nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
I didn't do that.
No, that was me.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
I didn't do that.
Where's Trump coming from?
My internet's loading a little slow, people. Sorry.
Pender County, North Carolina, a place known for its down-home hospitality, rich history, and scenic coastline. But beneath the charm lies something far less inviting, something most don't know about. Hidden in the quiet pine forests and rural back roads are stories whispered by locals, tales of the unexplained, and sometimes the unimaginable.
Carolina Case Files on YouTube. Here we go.
Today we're in Curry, North Carolina, and this ordinary stretch of road, Highway 210, it was once the setting for one of the most unnerving incidents ever reported in the county's history. A man was making his way home, driving the rural back roads of Pender County. In a 911 call just minutes later, a driver reported what he believed was a man bleeding on the side of the road.
Oh, man.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
He told Pender County Dispatch that he'd been traveling somewhere between 55 and 60 miles an hour, making it difficult to clearly identify what he thought he had seen. But then just seconds after the call began, his evening took quite a turn.
I'm kind of in the middle of the woods at the moment.
Yes, sir. I'm familiar with the area.
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
I don't know what this is. What the fuck is that?
Pender County is a vast, big county. We've got around 900 square miles. On the east part of the county, we have the Atlantic Ocean in a more populated area. We have rivers that come through our county. And then we have what I call the country, which is the western part of the county. And that's where...
I'm going to fast forward a little bit to where he gets to some of the interviews and talks about it a little bit more. So I appreciate the background. This guy is trying to create like a full story, a full narrative, but we are going to fast forward a little bit to about, let's see, about 4 minutes in here. Here we go.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side? Okay. Near the
road.
Go back a little bit.
Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
These fucking dispatchers.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Me, Hulk Hogan.
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed lights for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to
This is the sheriff talking here.
engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Hi, guys. It's Rusty.
Hey, Rusty.
I'm about to interview the young man that was driving the truck the night of the frantic 911 call.
I believe it.
Finally, I get a chance to meet you. I got to tell you, I heard the 911 call a couple of months ago, actually. And it's been a little bit of a challenge to, get the sheriff's schedule, my schedule, and finally now we've got your schedule all worked out so that we can talk to you and get you to tell your story. Obviously, we're not going to share your name or your face. Totally understand that. But after talking with you,
plumber to your home lately?
Clearly, your voice is the voice that's on that 911 call. So, if you would, just start wherever you want to. We want to hear the whole story.
Yeah.
Take as much time as you need.
Yep.
I guess I'll start from the beginning of the trip. I was coming up from Florida to visit my family. At the time, I was going to a trade school down there, and when I was driving up here to where the incident occurred by the battlefield, it was already easily well into the morning. I wasn't looking at my phone. I just know it was pitch black outside, and it was pitch black. I couldn't see the moon, stars, nothing, just barely the road through my headlights. And I had my window down because the AC wasn't working the best. And as I was coming around, there's a massive right curve right there before you cross the Black River. And then after that, you have the battlefield. So on that massive black curve, as I'm coming around, I had just started the curve, and I was about a third of the way through it, and I look over into the ditch on my right because I caught a quick glimpse of something, and as I take a further look, it looks like there's I'd say probably a 30-something-year-old man standing in that ditch wearing what looks like an old Civil War uniform, just covered head to toe in blood.
Wow.
And the uniform was torn as well. That threw me off because I didn't expect to see it at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm calling 911 after I see him to report that, because for all I know, it could have just been a normal guy that was injured and needed needed emergency help. It looked like what had happened is he hit his head on something.
Okay.
And the blood was just pooling down over his face and torso.
Okay.
Right.
And well, as I was calling, everything seemed perfectly normal. Just quick phone call to 911, let them know, hey, there's a guy out here, and try to find somewhere safe to park so that way I can take them to him.
Right.
Well, as you know from the 911 call, right as soon as I reported that, I already had my window up at that point, all of a sudden, I heard a massive bang on my truck, and my truck bounced down from the rear, like I was pulling a heavy trailer and I hit a pothole.
Wow.
And so I'm sitting there going, what the hell was that? Which I'm pretty sure you heard me yell, what the hell? I turned on my my bed light, and I looked in my rear view mirror, and all I saw was this white, like snow white face right up against my rear windshield.
Wow.
Like it was looking into my truck trying to see what it could see. It had shallow sunken eyes. It had no nose. Just think if you took skin and put it on a human skull and stretched it thin.
The
Didn't see
goblin.
any ears, just that. And immediately I just started screaming. I didn't realize until afterwards that I had said that's not human on the call, because it was just the first thing I started screaming, because I was terrified. I didn't have my firearm with me, nothing. All I had was a wood splitting axe. So that's all I had. So, and my truck is loud as is, and it picks up speed fairly easily. Well, my truck at the time, it had a gas-powered 6-liter V8 Vortec on it, and it was a proper dual exhaust, hence why I had the window up, because that truck is nice and loud.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing in between like 55, 60 miles an hour when this happens, and I just stomped on the gas for a second. When I looked at the speedometer before I slammed on my brakes, I was doing maybe 80. And I slammed on those brakes with all my might, and I went from like 80 miles an hour down to like 35 in just like a couple of seconds. And all I see is this super scrawny long body just fly over my truck in a ball rolling. And as I then swerve to the left and get back in the travel lane, and I floor it. And as I'm swerving to the left, I see it stand up, and it is easily taller than that truck.
No way.
I'm 5'10". The truck is about 2 inches taller than I am. And this thing was easily like maybe 7 feet.
Wow.
And as I'm past it, I look in my mirror and I see it bolt to the left into the woods, and it looked like I don't even know what the hell, because it looked like somebody took a normal human and stretched them out, starting with the limbs.
Wow.
So we're leaving right there. Pretty fascinating retelling. Grim, what do you think of this guy right off the bat?
I mean, what's the craziest thing about this is very, very familiar to a story that one of our listeners, Sergio, just sent in like last week to an encounter that he had in 92 that almost sounds identical to this, where he was with his friends in a truck. I think it was in California, and they were camping, and they were driving in their truck, and they heard like bangs on the truck, like 3 bangs, but they were like, what the hell? And they looked around, and his one friend saw like what looked like almost like a telephone pole with arms and legs, like just a very tall, slender, just like thing that they didn't know, and they all just freaked out and drove off. But it reminds me a lot of that. Just something.
So where did that happen at?
That was in California. I'm pretty sure.
California, and how long ago?
92.
92. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So not recently, but
no, not recent, but just a similar tulpa or whatever experience thing. Just the truck banging and everything. Just a lot of
so to me, the guy, just listening to him, we didn't see his face.
He doesn't sound crazy.
He sounds like he experienced something that he was so freaked out that when he called 911 over it, and maybe he loves calling 911, but just most people, they would try to, I would say, not to call because it's annoying and you probably don't need often their assistance. So that must have freaked him out that bad. He seemed like he was pretty good on his details about how fast he was driving, his truck height. The guy loves trucks. Obviously, he knows stuff. one that he wished he had his firearm there. So he's probably has some situational awareness around him, I would assume. Yeah. And so from that, he just seems like a fairly, I guess, credible person in that respect. The most outlandish thing is obviously this creature. But as we do know, cryptids love to chase cars. They love to hang out next to roadways and run after cars, walk in front of them. They're fascinated with them.
That makes me wonder, though, if like the Civil War bloodied person was almost like an illusion bait that cryptid could have even implanted while he was driving by to make him stop or slow down to get him out of the car. Who knows? I mean,
it could be. It could have been some sort of bait to get him to slow down, and that this guy was going to be a victim. He realized this cryptid realized, oh, this guy's not slowing down. Let me get in the back of the truck,
get in the bed,
and. So yeah, cryptids do have a history ranging from Bigfoot to a lizard person to Mothman of harassing passerbys in cars, chasing after them. It's just countless stories. So when it comes to like this particular type of cryptid, this article goes on to talk about the Rake, and that is Rake. And it goes on to say, it's one thing to claim to see a roadside ghost, one of many thousands of similar experiences reported worldwide. I have nothing to say about that other than it's interesting, but the truck entity is really intriguing. If not for the recording, I'd have a hard time imagining anything like that, like the second part of his account really occurred. We can speculate all day about what reasonably might have happened. That's not the point. The point is this story is being interpreted as an encounter with a pale crawler, a rake, a shrink-wrapped humanoid monster, and people are eating it up. Yes, and what's on screen right here is presumed to be an AI generation creation of what a rake might look like. So when it comes to the rake, I believe the origin is creepypasta. And let me consult with my book of humanoids. So I created an AI chat GPT for just humanoid encounters.
Hell yeah.
And I did some looking into this particular event to see if there's any other strange activity around this part of North Carolina. And sure enough, there is some. But let's ask ChatGPT right now what the rake is. What is the rake when it comes to cryptids? What is the origin? Now, you can look at D&D games. I'm sure there are rakes in D&D, aren't there, Graham? I'm sure there are if you look at the monster manual.
I know there's wraiths. I don't know about rakes. There might be rakes.
Well, look that up if you get a chance.
Well, I'm on it. I'm on it right now.
Yeah. I want to say that there could be. So when people talk about the rake in the context of cryptids, it's important to distinguish between folklore and alleged eyewitness reports. So what is the rake? The rake is typically depicted as a pale, emaciated human, often hairless, crouching or moving on all fours with long limbs, sharp claws, or hollow or glowing eyes. I've also heard that if you look at one, you see one, you're basically marked for death. In many versions of mythology, the rake is said to sneak into rooms at night, watch people while they sleep, terrifying and tormenting them, sometimes injure or kill. Sounds like that guy's wife from India. The name alludes to a claw-like appendage or the ability to rake at victims. So the origins of this, well, the rake differs from origin from many different things, but recent origin is creepypasta. Back in 2005, a user on 4chan proposed creating a new monster by collaborative contribution with traits and lore. Over time, the creature and the concept just emerged, and that evolved into what people think is the rake, what we see generated in AI images and stuff like that. So the story did get fleshed out a little bit more in 2006 on personal blogs, and then obviously there is some spreading of these myths and legends throughout the internet using fan art retelling of stories, short stories, video content. So that's where we are. But when it comes to the actual cryptid, not a lot of sightings. This might be one. And we don't even know if it was a true rake and not just some other paranormal entity just looking long and skinny and creepy. What'd you find over there, Graham, when it comes to D&D?
Can't find anything on Rake. There's just the damage. I mean, there's it looks like some homebrew rules that I found on like a really weird website. But yeah, nothing official for Rake.
Well, some people interpret the rake to be much like the Wendigo. Some people can claim like Skinwalker. And it's just like a hodgepodge of whatever name you want to give it. That's what it is. It just is a creepy, tall, pale-looking entity. And so what else has been seen in that part of the country, which is North Carolina? Well, back in 1967, so I was looking for any sort of paranormal event. Not necessarily like another rake. I was looking for any sort of paranormal event that took place in that part of the country, whether it's UFOs, Bigfoot, or whatever. Just anything abnormal. So in July of 1967, a 14-year-old boy named Ronnie Hill reported a small spherical object about 3 meters across that descended into a field. So this is in North Carolina, about 50 miles from where this took place. From behind the object, he saw a small humanoid figure about 1.5 meters tall emerge. The boy had earlier noticed a strange odor in the air, and his eyes teared up like there was some kind of chemical in the air. He ran aside for his camera, but by the time he returned, the encounter was over and that sphere disappeared. So that's it. Just like a metal sphere object landed down in the field, and some kid
let loose some tear gas,
something like that, some foul odor.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, when there are orbs seen or UFOs, not long after there are cryptid reports too. So got to throw that in there. And then here's another one from October 1976 in Harnett County, North Carolina. A young woman, Shirley, had just returned home before daybreak when she looked outside and saw a tiny man, no bigger than a Coke bottle. The little man shined a bright yellow light into her eyes and then she moved after that light was shined in her eyes. Startled by this tiny man shining the light in her eyes, she screamed, and the little man ran off.
Sounds to me like a leprechaun just showed her his gold, and that's all that happened.
Maybe.
What the hell?
He appeared to be either naked with light brown skin or wearing a thin brown garment and wore small boots. Footprints were later found.
Oh, shit, there's footprints.
Tiny footprints. Yeah.
Could be a crackhead.
Maybe. A very tiny, small crackhead.
Small crackhead.
So, I mean, that's what I found from the North Carolina area and in this neck of the woods. Not more creepy, tall,
skinwalkers,
car jumping skinwalkers, but just some weird stories. And it's so pay attention. You can follow this guy. Go to Carolina Case Files. I'm sure he's got a good number of subscribers over there. Give him a follow and see what else Carolina's got to offer people out there. I'm sure it's pretty interesting. But we'll move on, Grim. What do you say?
Let's move on.
Hiya.
I've never been here before.
All right. We're going to get on to some other stuff. So a couple weeks ago, we covered some stories about Area 51. This is a bit of a follow-up. So if you remember, there was a crazy man who approached the gate near Area 51. He was acting erratic, and he had a gun with him. And the guards at Area 51, they shot him. We speculated that he was punished they told him to pick up boulders over and over again, or something was going on with rocks. But they shot this guy, and he wound up in the hospital. Not but a day later, there was an aircraft that crashed near Area 51 from a related base. The FAA put in a no-fly zone of, I think, 5 to 10 miles around that crash site while they did their thing. Well, there's a new story around Area 51. And so, mystery, here's the headline here. Mystery as FBI investigates crash site tampering a few miles from Area 51.
Okay.
So something else is going on here. So according to reports, an unidentified aircraft came down approximately 12 miles outside the security border of the sensitive base back on September 3rd. That's when I mentioned with the FAA making a no-fly zone. The event referred to officials as an incident occurred in the area temporarily restricted by the FAA for national security reasons. After the crash, military personnel moved in to clean up the site, leaving nothing for members of the public to find. But then just over a week later, the discovery of additional debris and an inert training bomb body. I don't know what that means. Inert training bomb body.
I don't know what that is either.
Within the vicinity of the crash prompted the FBI to get involved. What is an inert training bomb
We're going to have
body?
to look that up.
Is that where you put, like you're trying to test out bombs and see how effective they are, so you throw a training body on it to see what that means? Yeah, it's not clear what it is.
I think it's just practice bombs.
You think it's just a practice bomb?
I think it's, I'm looking. It's...
Okay, if you can find out, it'd be helpful, because this is crazy.
I'm really trying.
Well, here's where things get even weirder, according to this article. As according to the United States Air Force, these objects had been placed at the crash site afterwards by a person, and for the reasons, they're unknown at this point. They don't know why they placed inert training bomb bodies at the crash site.
It's a non-explosive replica of a live bomb. So yeah, it's a dummy. It's a dummy bomb.
Dummy bombs. Okay.
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Well, on September 20, this is quote on September 23rd, an aircraft assigned to the 432nd Wing was involved in an incident with no fatalities or injuries. The site was secured and guarded until recovery and cleanup operations were complete on the 27th of September. During a follow-up site survey on October 3rd, investigators discovered signs of tampering at the mishap location, including the presence of inert training bomb bodies and an aircraft panel of unknown origin that were placed on the site post-incident.
They should really just make that ITTB or ITBB or something.
It's really
just too much.
confusing to say.
Let's get an acronym going.
Well, they left that other part out. An aircraft panel of unknown origin was placed at the site, too. Quote, the matter is under investigation by the Air Force Office of Special Investigation. And the FBI. So no further details are available at this time. Exactly what the aircraft was, why it crashed, and why someone else would have then placed unrelated pieces of debris at the crash site still remains a complete mystery. That is so bizarre.
Yeah.
This has got to be. This sounds like some interagency struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Something's going on here.
To throw somebody off of what plane it really is by putting different debris from another plane? Like, what's going on here? And fake bombs. What's going on here?
This is a way bigger story. Like I speculated that, like that guy who made that fuss at the gate the day before the crash, it was like a diversion or something. Something else was going on at Area 51 during these days, and either something was smuggled out, something escaped, there was an exchange of technology in some way, and now this is like basically, it's almost kind of like a sign. It's like, we know you gave our technology away to somebody, but you didn't give it all away. We found this panel. Or something like this. I don't know. It's like you'd only want to leave that. It's almost like a calling card or like a note that you left in some way. But then you got to have the security clearance to get out there, and you got to know people.
That's the thing. You can't get there without being shot or like trucks showing up or helicopters or something. Like that's Yeah, this is weird. I think you're right with the interagency struggles going on. There's people fighting each other.
Something's going on. It's a bizarre set of stories.
Yeah, it's a lot of fishy stuff.
Well, we'll move on here.
You're doing so great.
Thank you. Well, where are all the aliens, Grim? Where are all the aliens? We've been promised
I think they're underwater. I think they're here.
You think they're here?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're not in space. They've been here. They've infiltrated long ago. They're among us. They're here.
They're probably here. They're walking among us. The hybrid program is so far along that we're in like phase 3 of it at this point, and it's impossible. But there is a new theory out there that scientists have come up with. A new theory proposes that aliens simply can't be bothered to visit us.
Oh, really?
They're so apathetic. They're so bored with us. They can't even be bothered to stop by and say, hey. So, yes, the question of whether we are alone in the universe remains one of the biggest philosophical conundrums of our time. While it seems almost inconceivable that our civilization is alone in the cosmos, the fact still remains that we have yet to see any evidence to the contrary. The Fermi paradox, which highlights the contradictions between the likely existence of an extraterrestrial civilization and the fact that we still have never encountered any, seems to suggest that either there are no aliens out there, or that they simply have never found us, or that they are extremely rare. Or they didn't put the dark forest theory in here, which is there's a lot of aliens out there, but they're mostly hostile, so they leave their lights turned off because they don't want to be found.
That could be it too. Or they could be microscopic. Who knows?
But according to a new paper by the University of Maryland, the reality might be that super advanced technology simply doesn't exist, and that alien civilizations may peak at a technological level not much more advanced than our own. So we all just blow each other up. We get there to a point, and then it all falls apart. So
yeah, cycle of destruction.
Yep. There may have been, they may have expended a great deal of resources exploring space, visiting other planets, and trying to find evidence of other civilizations. But after spending centuries of this, they eventually lost interest and simply had no further desire to pursue such an endeavor. Just give up. We tried. We visited 2 planets. There's no one there. We're going home.
We're done.
Gave it the best try ever.
After spending years or who knows how long on a spacecraft traveling fucking infinite. Yeah, we're done.
That's it. Over. Pack it up, boys. We're going home. We gave it our all. It seems like this is probably one of the stupidest theories.
Yeah, this is a bad theory.
Basically, they're saying they're lazy. Why don't you just call them lazy aliens?
Yeah, they're trying to apply like human behavior to aliens, and it's not going to work.
Yeah, I don't like this. This is one of the stupidest theories. Like, this is a theory that
who is this? T.K. Randall who wrote this?
It comes from the University of Maryland.
Man,
Dr. Robin Corbett.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there you go.
That was Jeff Goldberg.
No, it's
Jeff Goldberg.
And it's Dr. Robin.
It's Jeff Goldberg.
It's Jeff Goldberg.
So yeah, this is one of the lamest, stupidest theories ever. This is why we're going to move on. Do you have a dog, Grim?
I don't. I have a lot of cats.
You got your cat family over there.
Yeah, it's a cat family here.
Now, have you tried to communicate with your cats?
Every day.
And are you successful?
Nope. Sometimes, but nah. Most of the time, no.
Okay, well, there might be good news for dog owners out there as scientists aim to translate what your dog is saying using AI.
That's some good news on that front.
Oh.
Yes.
AI dogs.
AI dogs. We have robot dogs that are being used for military purposes. Now we're going to have AI speaking integrated dogs. Yes, computer scientists are at the University of Texas. They're working on a translation system for your dog. So remember the dog in the Pixar movie Up that has a human language translator around his neck? That might seem far-fetched, but now one computer scientist is trying to do the same thing, but for real. So
hey, I got one question about this,
Yeah.
Mike. Like there's never been a talking dog, so how do they have a control for what dog speak is? So that's what I don't understand about all this. Explain it to me.
I guess they can, because some dogs are like they can learn over 100 words, maybe 200 words. So they understand commands.
Yeah,
but do they understand nouns and like verbs and stuff like that? Maybe it's going to be the AI's interpretation of their desires.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be an AI company making a bunch of money, making up lies what your dog is saying.
Maybe, and people they will pay great money for that.
They will pay great money.
Yeah, it would be so fascinating.
It's all happening.
By creating the world's largest video and audio catalog of canine vocalizations, the Zoo, the professor at the University of Texas, and her colleagues aim to identify word-like patterns in dog sounds that can be translated into sentences. Quote, the ultimate goal is to make a translator where you can talk freely with your pet. We can already do instantaneous communication between human languages. I haven't seen that, really. Yeah. Like a live translation. Like if do I have to wear a dog collar around my neck and then
that's exactly what has to happen.
Okay,
you got to wear a collar, and they have to talk into the collar.
Okay, people just come up talking into your neck.
Yes, talking into your neck.
It used to be like a weird thing where we're just talking into each other's necks now when we visit different countries. Perhaps in the future we can do the same with animals. So Zoo isn't the first person trying to decipher animal sounds. Other researchers have spent years attempting to catalog and interpret the various sounds made by whales and dolphins. Yeah, have we made any headway there?
Exactly.
maybe a little bit.
Who was it? The one guy, John Lilly, who was with the dolphins and just ended up having sex with them or something. There's never any good headway with dolphins.
It all goes there, doesn't it?
It always goes to that every time.
So when are we going to have sex? Okay. Perhaps in the near future, AI might genuinely make it possible for us to communicate directly with other animals and even our own pets while understanding what they are saying back to us. Well, that would be fascinating, and I don't know if that would make our relationship with our pets better. We already treat most of our pets as family members.
Yeah.
But they're not equal family members. They're kind of like the little brother, of the family, where they're kind of dismissed. Their opinions are not really given.
Yeah, they have no authority in the house.
Exactly. And like they're kind of sometimes left to run wild, and then you got to scold them a little bit. So to open up a one-on-one dialogue with your animal might not be good, and may only hasten the demise of our civilization that is already not cranking out enough kids to keep it going. So,
well, honestly, it might be better having a dialogue with your pet than just having it with your phone and a chatbot, like a lot of people are already doing. At least you're putting like a physical creature to that chatbot that you're talking to. So I don't know.
If AI is doing the interpretation for the language, then I could just ask my dog anything, and if the dog doesn't know, the AI will answer for him.
Yes,
I have the smartest dog in the world.
Yes.
Hey, how do I change my oil? It's like, well, grab a pan and
dog does it step by step.
Yeah, my dog's pretty fucking smart. There's already people doing this. The bit writes itself. So
yeah, yep.
All right. Well, I do have some wacky Cretchid-like news in honor of Cretchid, who cannot be with us tonight. Well, actually, I have one more weird story that I think we got to get. It's a follow-up story about 3-Eye Atlas.
Yes, I was hoping we were going to talk about 3-Eye Atlas.
3-Eye Atlas. One last wacky story. Not even wacky. This is just the news, people.
It's the news.
This is just our reality.
Mm-hmm.
And this is titled 3-Eye Atlas is now the result of CERN communicating with ETs. Okay. So this is a little video.
Hell yeah.
We're going to see what this video says.
They've used their collider to open up a portal to communicate with extraterrestrial beings.
Whoa.
And one of them are the occupants from 3i Atlas.
To be clear, CERN already has a room and a technology to open a portal to talk to extraterrestrials.
Yes.
But recently, they also used it to communicate with the beings on 3i Atlas.
That's correct.
Okay, go
on. So those beings introduced themselves as such, like we are the occupants of this object, and they did not show up physically. They show up as holograms. Now, they apparently showed up as holograms. They look tall, that's what she said, and they communicated telepathically with every single scientist in the room.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And they all got the same message, which is that they are coming in peace, and they're just trying to come over here to gather all the star seeds of this planet.
So when you remote viewed, did you pick up on that intention as well?
Yes and no. I believe that the direct reptilians, will be coming to Earth, but as to know what the exact intent, that I could not really say.
Well, this is an extraordinary development.
It is.
You remote viewed 3i Atlas. Did you do that on your own, or were you tasked with this assignment?
I was tasked by the same intelligence people I'm working with to look at the object, because those had concerns. But what I saw as a remote viewer was a mothership with occupants on board, and they were mostly direct reptilian occupants.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Great.
That's what
This is
I saw as a remote viewer.
And that was corroborated by other remote viewers seeing the same thing.
That's correct. Yes.
The ship and Draco.
That's correct. One of them is John Vivanco, who is also a known remote viewer, and he announced it publicly as well. And other people from the Stargate program as well. So they basically all came up with the same idea.
Well, that's kind of concerning if that's true.
Yeah.
This guy's saying that, okay, CERN can communicate. It communicates with ETs, but now it was used to communicate specifically with 3i Atlas, which is a spaceship, and that they're communicating with the entities on there. They're draconian, the lizard people.
Reptilians, lizard people.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we've never heard good stories about these guys.
No, the reptilians are the bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Like that guy's Indian wife just slithered on the floor. We're all doomed.
Oh, yeah. The Indians made them. So this actually gives a little bit more credence to his story. That they've sent an advanced party down here to kind of scout things out. And he said that they're communicating, and that these Dracos, these reptilians, are coming to pick up the star seeds. What if we're the star seeds? Or some of us?
I think there are some star seeds here. Don't know who.
That movie Signs by Mel Gibson, where you ever see that movie?
Yeah, well, that was by
M. Night.
M. Night, yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that movie. It's a good one.
Where in that movie, aliens come down just out of nowhere, and then they start to approach human civilization, and they're scampering about. They're rummaging. They're constantly rummaging through people's kitchens and pantries. They're looking for stuff. Well, they're looking for some people, and then they show up, and then not but like 72 hours later, they just go.
They're gone.
It wasn't like they were defeated in any way. They were repelled in certain circumstances, but they just left. And it was speculated very briefly in the movie that they were just on some sort of raiding party. Like they came down, they got their supplies, they got their humans, and then they just left. And if what this guy is saying is true, and I have no reason to disbelieve him.
No, he's absolutely 100% like for real. But I mean, the predictive programming has set us up for this for the last 40 years in movies. So I mean, we're ready for this. Bring it down.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm buying into the fear, but of course we really can't see what's going on because no one's at NASA right now because Trump Trump did that.
Well, it was all Trump, definitely.
Yeah. So. Very concerning, and we've read other remote viewing accounts on this show. None that we read stated anything draconian. They said it was a mix of like technology and slime and organic stuff. Nothing about Dracos and intent. But
that's very specific.
Yeah.
Could be a high-level remote viewer.
Could be. But, I mean, as more of the stuff comes out, I'll talk about it. But
there's something with it. Do you think it has anything to do with the Oumuamua thing that showed up a few years ago? That one that like shot in here and then did like a 90-degree turn in the middle of the that thing was crazy. The Oumuamua.
Yeah, I think if it has anything to do with it, it's by a competing organization. It's typically when you have large bureaucracies, they'll all try
like
to
CIA and DOJ going after each other.
Yeah, they're trying to do the same.
Okay.
They're trying to do the same stuff, but in different ways. And so they saw another civilization or another competing faction like build this like monitor or star probe, and they shot it to the Sol system here, and it's like, oh, we better do that too.
Yeah, we got to do that too. Yeah, it's a space race,
pretty much. And they just outfitted it with different levels of technology, different things, and that will report back to them. So
a little bit of slime and technology. It's good to go.
Yeah, but it's good. Let's do some crazy, wacky news.
Check it out.
All right, so this one was in the news channel, by the way. So I'll put this in there. So here is the headline right here. Man arrested in drive-by cheeseburgering.
That's a funny headline.
Yes.
That's a great headline.
Yes, this comes to us from the Smoking Gun, but a lot of people reported on this. October 13th, a former strip club employee has been arrested for a drive-by shooting outside a Florida establishment. Well, actually, it was more of a drive-by cheeseburgering. Investigators allege Jordan Cato, 26, showed up Friday night at Atlantis Gentlemen's Club to speak with management, but got into a verbal argument instead. During the dispute, Jordan grabbed the cheeseburger from his vehicle and threw it through the delicacy, striking a male victim on the shoulder, causing him bodily harm. The man, however, was not seriously injured by the beef cheese projectile. Questioned by police, Jordan reportedly confessed to the crime and showed no remorse for the incident at the Tampa Bay strip club. The defendant stated that he did throw the cheeseburger from his vehicle and said he would do it again. This guy's a real criminal.
Yeah, that's a bad guy. Get him off the streets.
Yeah,
He's a
this
bad
guy
hombre.
needs to go to jail. Those teens in D.C. got probation. This guy needs to get 5 years right now.
5 years.
This is a real criminal right here.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
Picture to the right is Jordan as he was arrested for battery and a misdemeanor and booked into the county jail. He was released yesterday afternoon on his own recognizance by the judge, who ordered him to have no contact with the victim. Or what about the strip club? He can still go to the strip club, though, right?
He looks like a strip club employee.
He definitely looks like a strip club guy.
100%.
He's got that crappy beard.
Yep.
He wears like sunglasses all the time. Slick back hair. Douchebag.
I mean, look at that face.
Look at that face.
So Jordan was arrested last month for burglarizing his uncle's boat and stealing a firearm. Oh, okay. He also, which he sold to a relative for $300. Did he sell it back to his uncle?
Sell you a gun.
Hey, uncle, you want to buy you a gun?
I got a gun if you want to buy it.
Hey, it looks like one gun. Prosecutors.
A good grift.
Prosecutors subsequently declined to pursue any felony charges, concluding that the facts and circumstances revealed do not warrant prosecution at this time. Oh, this guy sounds like he knows somebody on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's looking out for Jordan. They like his style. There we go. Drive-by cheeseburgering.
Yeah, this wasn't his first drive-by cheeseburgering, that's for sure.
He brewed a perfectly good sandwich. What's really sucks.
That's what I was thinking. It's like $12 for a cheeseburger. Like, what are you, crazy?
And where did that cheeseburger come from? Who supplied the cheeseburger to this guy? Because if you can sue gun companies to supplying the weapon to a person, can you sue?
Or what if he was a DoorDash driving at the time and he just took somebody's order and he just threw somebody's burger at him?
I think that's it.
Man.
Food at the ready.
Yes, food at the ready.
He's got a whole arsenal in his car.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to interview this guy. And
Yeah, get him on the show.
I like typically burgers. You just don't buy a burger. It comes with like a drink and a fry or something like that.
I mean, throw the drink. That's going to cause the most chaos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You ruin somebody's shirt.
Yeah.
No one wants to go back to a strip club when you're covered in Coke.
Yeah, covered in soda, just all sticky. Come on.
Well, there's a lot of sticky stuff going on in there, so maybe it's not that abnormal.
Just mix right in.
Yeah. We'll see what else we got. I got some more burger news.
For a second, I thought it was a double story. I'm like, no, those are two different burger stories.
Yeah. I double sourced that one to make sure it was true. It's a real burger story. So this is another one right here. This is the world's most expensive burger. Costs $11,000 and is only accessible by invitation.
I tell you what, I'll give you $14,000.
Oh no! Well, this is a restaurant in Spain serves the world's most expensive burger. $11,000 can only be experienced by invite only. Okay. The burger has gotten considerably more expensive in recent years, probably thanks to Trump and his inflation. But they remain among some of the most affordable food items on the restaurant's menu. There are a few exceptions, though. The most notable of which recently claimed the title "the world's most expensive burger," thought up by the chefs. The cuisine eatery located in Catalonia. This exclusive treat reportedly took 8 years and to research this thing and experiment and to develop, and its ingredients remain a secret. All we know is that the burger's heart-stopping $11,000 price tag isn't linked to gimmickry or meaningless ingredients like edible gold, but to quality ingredients, a unique dining experience.
There's no ingredients you can get to make $11,000 burger. I don't care what these people are saying. This is a grift.
Yeah, probably.
I like to eat.
That's crazy.
So the people who buy this burger are the very same people who traffic children. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yep.
I have no evidence to that. These are people who worship crazy entities and are communicating or believe they're communicating with off-world entities.
Yeah,
they're buying and eating this burger.
Yep.
Let's see here.
I mean, you might be onto something with what the burger's ingredients are, Mike. With that,
Maybe.
they're all demons. Who knows what this thing's made with?
It's probably maybe I accidentally stumbled onto something because
You might have.
the ingredients are secret at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, this is an adrenochrome burger. I don't like it.
So this chef is known for his cuisine. His concept of the world's most expensive burger was simple: luxury shouldn't be noisy; it should be unattainable. Few people can afford the $11,000 price for the burger, but even having obscene amounts of money isn't enough. To try the world's most expensive burger, you have to be invited personally to enjoy this. The experience is by invitation only. It's not on the menu. Reservations are not possible. Only those selected to experience it are allowed, the restaurant's website states. If you think you should be on the list, you can just request it, and the request will be processed. So
let's open up one of these in Dayton.
Yeah.
Let's just get it going.
Yeah, I'm going to do this in Akron, Ohio. Invite only. I might, maybe LeBron can show up. That's about the only guy there that can afford it.
Dave Chappelle might
maybe
come up
maybe Chappelle. Let's see. So let's see here. Is the world's most expensive burger worth the asking price? According to its creators, definitely. But it's hard to say with no ingredients list to analyze. And we don't even know if anybody has actually ordered this thing. They're just talking about it at this point.
Yeah, it's a lot of hype.
Yeah, a lot of hype, no substance. Yeah.
Eating a Reuben sandwich during the break.
I mean, but that's how, what was it, Ralph Lauren, how he got his brand started. Like, he didn't even have any clothes. He just made billboards in New York. Ralph Lauren boards, and then boom, like people were like, what is this, and then his brand was made before he even created anything.
Wow, it really works. Yeah, just a lot of hype, no substance, which that's what America's all about.
Exactly. That's exactly.
You should have opened this up in L.A.
Yeah.
All right. This one I found to be fascinating. This article right here. So, man fakes complete blindness for over 50 years to collect disability payments.
That's some good news on that front.
I mean, that's dedication.
It is. That's the best acting in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stevie Wonder is still doing it.
Yeah, I was going to ask. There's a lot of claims that Stevie Wonder is just not really blind, and I think there's some pretty good video evidence.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of good video evidence.
Can you find me one so I can play it on screen? Can you find me one and tweet it over to me? And I'll see if I can play it on screen because, like Stevie Wonder, like I don't know, he's never even claimed that he is blind. I think people just assume that. Right? He just because he wears the glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, I think I've never heard him say, I am blind. I think people just assume he is.
Okay, we got a good one of him catching a microphone as it's falling down.
Okay. All right.
Send you this one.
All right. Yep.
Check that out. I think this is at the end of like some, you got Paul McCartney, Jerry Seinfeld, they're all there.
There's Paul McCartney dancing off the stage, and there's Stevie Wonder. He caught the mic stand.
He just catches the mic as it's falling. A blind guy ain't doing that.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
He's not blind.
No, he's not blind. He just casually just puts his hand out, catches that stand falling down.
Stevie.
What the fuck?
So there is precedent.
There's precedent, totally.
So there's a 70-year-old guy. He's an Italian man. He stands accused of pretending to be totally blind for over a century. Well, over 50 years. They say over a century here, but it's over 50 years. A century is 100 years.
Yeah, these people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. During which time he collected over 1 million euros in disability payments. Man, that's some sweet money.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. They pay out pretty good over there, don't they?
They do. That's why they're broke and ruined.
I guess you're right, yeah. Is that why like most of the migrants are showing up completely blind? It's like stumbling around into stuff. Like a boat full of Nigerians come off and just like stumbling around.
Blind.
They're all blind. All we're getting is blind migrants.
How are we going to go to Europe and get that blind migrant money?
A case of the Vince. I'm not going to say it. A man who unduly received over 1 million euros in benefits for total blindness for over a 53-year period has once again brought Italy's verification mechanism for subsidies and disability payments into the spotlight. So the man, whose name has not been revealed, has been declared completely blind for over 5 decades following a work-related incident. Since then, he has collected over 1 million euros, but when the finance police from the province he is in conducted cross-checks, something caught their attention. So they decided to do a follow-up and video record him. That's how they caught him performing gardening work with dangerous tools and carefully.
He's got a chainsaw.
He's just doing random stuff over there. He's completely fine. Oh my God! Yeah, right there he is. He's just a blind man. Using he's cutting down huge trees over there.
Fallen trees.
What? He's hanging out with Stevie Wonder. Oh wow! Now he's a blind barber now. Holy moly! He's doing a pretty good job too. Oh my God! Don't go too close. That's how they caught him. They caught him performing gardening work with dangerous tools and carefully checking out produce at the market before buying it. Told a real Stevie Wonder right there.
Just looking at those. That is a bad spot.
Well, they really got him there. Like, if they got that,
boy, did I get fucked.
Yeah, this guy got that. Man.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happened to him here. So the officers, in collaboration with their colleagues, they had a real crack team on this. They did they can't figure out any other crime or anything like that, but they got
their city's getting raped
all
by
resources on this one right here.
Well, let's get this fake blind guy. Fuck this guy.
They observed and followed the man for over 2 months.
Yes.
It could have been over in 2 days. They were having a good time.
Yeah, they were.
They felt like they were on a real caper.
Mm-hmm.
They're finally doing police work. They're gathering evidence that he wasn't blind. During this time, he was filmed moving effortlessly through the city, doing his own shopping, visually inspecting several products, and paying with cash without any assistance. He was subsequently charged by the prosecutor's office for fraud against the Italian state. Oh.
It's just a Black & Decker.
It is.
It's just all it is.
Following their investigation, the financial police informed the complaining authorities of the immediate suspension of all welfare and Social Security benefits. It also ordered a tax audit, which resulted in the taxation of over 200,000 euro in illicit proceeds, equivalent to the income unduly received by the accused over the last 5 years. What about the last 5 years? What about the previous, 47 or however many it is?
Those don't count.
No, that's a freebie. So the prosecutor's office also ordered the 70-year-old fake blind man to be indicted for fraud against the state. Boy, they're really throwing the book at him. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well.
Man, 50 years getting away with that.
53 years.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. So I got one last story. We can do one last story about underground public toilets getting a new lease on life. We also have Dubai is setting a new record for the world's most expensive cup of coffee. Kind of a parallel to the...
Yeah, that sounds like that expensive burger.
Yeah, let's see what the Dubai is doing. Real quick. I'm kind of curious to see how expensive this cup of coffee is. So, let's see here. So, a coffee shop in Dubai recently set a new world record for the most expensive cup of coffee ever. A whopping $680 for a cup of coffee.
Jeez. Nope.
I know some people are real sticklers about coffee. I am now. I like to drink good coffee. That's why I get my own beans. You got Fox and Sons coffee. Got all kinds of different good coffee out there. I do know that there is some really rare coffee, but there's just no way. There's just no way. Let's see here. After studying the global coffee industry by purchasing an entire 200 kilograms of washed Guinness coffee from some weird place in South America for $600,000 last month, the Best of Panama 2025 auction, Roasters reached a new milestone when it recently successfully recorded the world record attempt, cementing its reputation as a luxury coffee shop. Okay, so they bought these really rare coffee beans as photographed right there.
Panamanian geisha beans.
Yeah.
Let's just, I don't know about all that. Sounds like but who knows? It might be the best cup of coffee ever.
I still drink
I'll
Dunkin'.
never have enough money. I'll never have enough money to even get to anything like that. So who knows?
The world runs on Dunkin', so
it does, absolutely.
That's all I got to say. If someone bought me that cup of coffee, I certainly would drink it, but...
Exactly. I'd drink it for sure.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Well, thank you, Grim. I really appreciate you showing up and hanging out with me. Go to cruisingwithsteak.com.
Yeah, that's not a website anymore. Go to cwsradio.live on Tuesday nights, 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern.
I'll put
Just
a
go
link
to that
for
website.
I'll put a link for your podcast in the description too.
Yeah, it's a hangout.
Yeah. You guys still have that guy over there?
Oh yeah, that guy's still there.
How's he doing? I want to come in and talk to that guy again.
He's doing well. Show up on a Tuesday night, Mike.
Okay. I probably will. Sometime in November, I will probably be making the rounds. So I'll come over. I'll hang out for more than 45 minutes.
Beautiful. That sounds great.
Do you have any suggestions for OBDM or doom scrolling? Anything we can improve?
No, you guys are just killing it. It's a weekly listen.
Okay,
I just don't do
appreciate
anything different. No, you're great.
Well, hopefully everyone in the chat got all the information that they needed to carry on with the rest of their week. Tomorrow's Thursday, people. And really, that's basically Friday, if you think about it.
Pretty much.
Got you over the hump day. And there's no doom scrolling last night, people. If you're wondering, no doom scrolling last night. Sam had some issues to deal with, some big issues. I don't know if that's true. He just said he couldn't do the show. So we'll be back on next Tuesday as well. And we'll be here on Saturday with Charlie from Macroaggressions. I gotta log in to see if how Joe's doing on Battlefield. In fact, I'm gonna text him after the show and say, "Hey, did you get Battlefield 6?" I bet he did.
Oh yeah,
he's a Battlefield guy. I'm curious to hear his thoughts on it. Oh boy, it's 9:00 and I'm drained. What time do you got to go and get up in the morning, Grim?
I am off tomorrow.
Woo!
So it's just...
Wait.
Yeah, that's a yay. I mean, that's the retail lifestyle. I work for the weekends. So I work on the weekends, I should say.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Grim. Thank you, everyone. Shab la goo.
Oh my God! Sea turtle.
That's a touch I like. That feels good.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who is this for? What is this?
That's about all.
Shablagu.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
The Charlie Kirk supporters are coming to kill him.